This is C-Spiller TV. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Today we are talking about Neziah Harris, a alleged killer of Jarvis Butts, you guys. We are still following this story right here. We still following it. You know, we trying to figure out, you know, who really killed this little girl. We know Jarvis, you know, but we trying to see like about the family. The family had any type of input, because they look like, they seem like a family that didn't even care about the little girl like that. They act like that they don't even, you know, don't even care about what's going on. The way they actions, the way they looking and all the type of stuff, like it ain't nothing to them. Like, what y'all trying to find out? But y'all, let's get into it.
Right now, Jarvis Butts is awaiting trial for the murder and sexual abuse of Neziah Harris.
After listening to days of testimony last month, a judge called Butts a monster and said that opportunities to protect the 13-year-old girl were missed. Tonight, the 7 investigators are revealing years of warnings that preceded Butts' alleged crimes.
Warnings that family members say were made to Children's Protective Services that could have saved Neziah's life. Here's what 7 investigator Ross Jones has uncovered.
You look at that face, and you do not see the horrors that she had gone through in her short life. The exploitation, the molestations, the sexual abuse, and the pregnancy that she was concealing.
Years before Jarvis Butts would be charged by Wayne County's prosecutor, accused of killing and sexually abusing 13-year-old Neziah Harris, Harris's own relatives say they saw the warning signs and told anyone who would listen.
But at that point, I was like, this is too much. I'm calling CPS.
I tried not just once, but multiple times for them to take me serious in what I was saying.
Kiwana Morton and her cousin Jernell are both relatives of Neziah Harris. In February of 2022, Jernell says she learned of allegations of improper touching involving Butts and other small children. She says she was told about the claims while talking to her niece, Jarvis Butts' girlfriend, and that the alleged victims were Neziah Harris and 2 other children.
I was just like, oh my God, I was not crazy. This needs to be looked into.
She says she took the claim seriously in part because Butts was on the sex offender registry, having spent more than 8 years in prison for 3rd-degree criminal sexual conduct. She didn't alert authorities at first because she believed her niece would notify police. But weeks later, Jernell did notify Child Protective Services. Her complaint came in on April 13th, 2022. There was an incident at a birthday party, the complaint reads. One of the children that attended the party accused Jarvis of sexual abuse. Neziah, and name withheld, reported that Jarvis touched both of them inappropriately as well. Jarvis touched, name withheld, in her private area, and it hurt. Jernell made the complaint over the phone.
They basically told me if they needed me for anything else, they would reach out.
The next day, Jernell would receive a text from her niece, Butts' girlfriend, confirming that CPS had contacted her. CPS called me, the text reads. They called about the well-being of my kids. Then they called back to get Jarvis info. A CPS spokeswoman would not tell 7 News Detroit if investigators ever questioned Neziah Harris after receiving the complaint. But we do know it wasn't the only complaint filed with CPS, naming Jarvis Butts.
And it wasn't easy for me to call Protective Services just because of the horror stories that you hear.
Kiwana Morton said she heard about the same allegations against Butts from a conversation with his girlfriend. 2 months after her cousins called to CPS, she would file her own complaint.
I told them that there's a problem and they need to be aware of it. I am 90% sure that there's sexual abuse going on within the home.
Did you specifically mention Jarvis by name?
Yes, absolutely.
Internal CPS records we obtained show that investigators looked into that complaint, conducting a face-to-face interview with Butts, who strongly denied the allegation. A forensic interview was conducted with the alleged victim, and no disclosures were made. CPS said the home was clean and free of observed safety concerns.
Y'all, that grandmother and that mother daughter that was staying with her. Y'all, they knew what was going on. They knew it. They knew it. And they still trying to cover it up. Like they don't know, they didn't know nothing about it and all this and that. Shannon and like she don't know nothing about it and all this type of stuff. They know all about what went on and what led on to this, y'all. What went down and everything. Well, I believe when they found out that the little girl was pregnant, they when hell broke loose then. When they found out that she was pregnant, baby, she couldn't take it. Shannon couldn't take it. She couldn't take it. And y'all, this is so wrong to this little girl. This little girl then got neglected and everything and more, you guys. I just wish she was in the right hands. You would think that she would be in the right hands with her grandmother, but she wasn't in the right hands with her grandmother. Her mama wasn't around. Her mama didn't want her. So that's why the mother had her. The grandmother, the mother of her mother, from Isaiah's mother. And y'all, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. I wish this never had happened to this baby. Never. I wish it never would have happened to Isaiah. They could have gave me Isaiah. They could have gave me her. I would have kept her. I would have took care of her. Or could have gave her to a family member. They act like the little girl ain't even deceased or whatever it might be. I believe she is deceased. I believe they killed her. I believe they didn't put her body somewhere and dig the hole somewhere. Probably not even far. Dig the hole somewhere and got her clothes and stuff, throw some clothes somewhere, trying to make like that's not the alibi where she at, And y'all, this is crazy. Little people, the grandmother and the daughter, they act like ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong about, what they did, and they're thinking that the people not gonna catch on what happened and all this and that. If they had something to do with it, Jarvis need to open his mouth. Jarvis need to open his mouth and confess, yes, I did do it. I did rape her. I did have sex with her. I did have a sexual relationship with her, even though I know it was wrong. Just come out and say that you did it and you're sorry and this and this and that. But I did not kill her. Her auntie and her grandmother killed her, or we all killed her. Because we didn't want it to come out that she was pregnant. If she was pregnant, you know what I'm saying? He said, oh, she was pregnant, and we didn't want that to come out, and then we already knew that it was my child, and it was just going to be a disaster from there. And I'm just saying, come out and say it. Come out and say it. Be a man about it. The grandma needs to be a grandma about it, and the auntie needs to be Shannon needs to be an auntie about it. And say what really happened. What really happened to that girl. She had no business. Y'all, to be going to Jarvis work where he worked at. She had no business going there. Shannon got 5 kids by him. She got She got 3 boys and she got 2 girls. Yeah. So why would you send Anaya over there and his daughter by Shannon? Why would y'all send 2 girls over there to clean up a shop when you got 3 boys? You got 3 boys, and you gonna send your girl, and you gonna send another child that's not his child over there and to clean up a shop? What kind of man? Now, who in their right mind gonna send a girl over there to clean up a man's shop? I don't care if that is the daddy. No, the girls don't go nowhere. I know Kanaya wasn't his, but I'm saying the daughter that he had by Shannon shouldn't have went either. Still, she's a girl. She could have got anything in her feet. Anything could have happened. They could something could have dropped on them or anything in a shop. So I don't. Y'all, something is not right. Something is not right with this case. And y'all, they're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. They're gonna get down to this nitty gritty on this case, baby. Let's get back into the last of the clip, you guys.
The allegation was denied, assigned a low risk level. These are 2 complaints of at least 5 filed with CPS since 2015 naming Jarvis Butts. They allege concerns about possible molestation, physical abuse, or living conditions. Some of the complaints are generic, and none would ultimately substantiate that Butts was improperly touching children. Just over a year after the last complaint on record, Butts would be charged with sexually assaulting and murdering Neziah Harris.
I'm brokenhearted because this could have been prevented. All of it.
Yeah.
All of it could have been prevented.
Attorneys for Jarvis Butts declined comment for this story, citing his pending criminal case. As for CPS, a spokeswoman for the Department of Health and Human Services said that their hearts go out to the family and friends of Neziah Harris. It says that state and federal laws prohibit them from commenting on what we just reported, but that they are committed to ensuring the health and safety of all children. I'm Ross Jones.
That's the end of that clip, you guys. But y'all, he have already had sexual things already on his record, you guys. He already had this stuff on him already. And Shannon should have knew. And Shannon probably already knew and didn't care. Still probably was messing around with, because she had already got 5 kids now. And probably still was messing with the Joker. The sick Joker. He was just waiting around to get Kanaya. Just waiting around. And he probably knew they was naive to everything. He used his daughter to get to Kanaya. He used his daughter to get to Kanaya. So you know what I'm saying? Because he knew if Shannon was like, well, she not going. She knew that he wouldn't be able to get to that young girl, that Kanaya. He knew he wasn't gonna be able to get a hold of her. And why would you send your niece around the whole man, even though he is your he's some kin to he's the dad of the kids or whatever. But I'm saying, like, why would you send her over there with a man that you probably barely even know yourself? You just had kids now. You barely even know. You don't know what he's capable of doing. You're laying down having babies now. Had 5 on too. Why the boys couldn't go where he was? Why the boys couldn't go and clean up their shop? Y'all, we're gonna be up out of here. This T Spilling TV. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You guys, this stuff right here make me mad. It make me mad. All right, y'all. Y'all have a nice day and a blessed day.